Yo. So, I just got done tying 144 of these. My favorite dry fly, the Klinkhammer, um, developed by Hans von Klinken. Um, this fly has brought me very much happiness into my life, and now I'm going to share it with all of you. I know that there's 1,000 tutorials out there on how to tie this. Um, I don't do anything different than anybody else. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I'm going to show you how I tie it, and these are going to be the ones that are going to be for sale at the Fish Whistle. And yeah, so let's go. I'm gonna do them, and I'm gonna do the March Brown in 12, just because it's the biggest one, just to show you, so you can see everything. But for the shop, I did these in 12, 10, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So the hook is the Arex FW 520 emerger. I like a barb. If you don't, that's fine. You can just pinch it or use a different hook. I like the emerger hooks though for these style, but you can use kind of a grub hook or like a scud hook in a pinch. That's what everybody used before everybody started making these kind of hooks. So, running down to about, yeah. So we can catch in a rib. Rib's gonna be uni mylar if I can find it. Where you at, bud? Come on. Where you at? Drop you on the floor. Drop you on the floor. Okay. That's not it either. Son of a diddly. Alright, here. Let's just cut some more. Well, this will give me an opportunity to show you real quick, too. So, the 12, I use the medium. All the other ones, I use the small. But if all you have is medium and you want to tie some smalls, all you have to do is you can just stretch this stuff. There. See? You can just stretch it and it goes into the small size. So, oh, there it is. Where's my rib? It was caught up in my scissors. So, okay. So, what I do is I always turn everything, like, for a lot of the hand motions for this stuff, you sometimes see people, like, doing this stuff, tying like this, and doing all kinds of... I like to use the vise to its full advantage, right? So, I'm just turn it towards myself, put this right in that little notch right there, and just catch it one time, right? Pull it through, so I'm not wasting any, and tie it down. And I'm going to tie this whole fly just like I would when I'm doing them commercially, okay? So, a little light colored brown for the body, and we're just going to do darker brown for the thorax. This dubbing on now. Something Hans does like differently, like he does a lot of things differently when he ties the fly, but I just try, like, for more of a commercial sense. His method isn't the best. It involves casting on, taking the post, and then whip finishing and doing all. Yeah, so we don't do that stuff. I'll show you here. We do the bodies first. There's somebody else that works here. It's just me. So now I've got this ribbed right, and I'm pulling up on this tight. So what I do first is I'm just gonna drop this bobbin twice around the other side, right? So now I've got some thread on that side. Now I'm gonna switch hands, right? And pardon my fingers, I have eczema, so pardon my. I'm sorry, I'm having a flare up right now. The winter, it's cold. So I transfer to this hand, yeah, and I'm still pulling up. I don't have this secured yet, right? So now when I grab my bobbin, now I pull tight. Now I come around on top of it, right, and secure it like that, right? So now we're good, right? Now I do my wing. Forgot to prep this here, but it's fine. Polypropylene macrame yarn. Got it at Michael's, brushed it out, the whole thing. Yeah, under like this. And I secure it in the front a couple times. Come around the back once. Come around the back once. Come around the back twice. Sorry. Right? Now it's kind of, you know. Now we've got it. Yeah. Turn it towards myself. I come around once and I do the post. Right? And just make like, not the whole thing though, just the bottom. Right? Now come back and secure the wing. Right? Now we put those securing wraps on there. Right? See what I'm saying? Now we can go back and build the post. Alright. I don't have a feather out here. Let's do this one. Okay. Sorry, forgot to prep this one. I'd been done tying this already if I didn't have to stop to explain everything to y'all. I'm just kidding. So this one is actually a little crazy. We can't even use that. Measure before you start plucking, right? I guess that would be the lesson of the day here. That one's fine. We can use this one. Okay. So secure it like this. For my own fishing, and I've just realized that, or I've come to the conclusion that I like to have a range, kind of a body style. So actually, I end up tying some of these for myself, the other style, with tying the wing in first and then cutting it and then getting a taper to make the body fatter. But sometimes I just like a thinner body. It punches through the meniscus better. And it's just I sometimes just, you know, I like having a range of different ones, right, in my box here. So and a little dubbing. It's just a darker brown, and we're gonna put a little, like what I would consider to be like a lot, because we want to try to build up this thorax a little bit, but then we're gonna knock it down with some thread wraps real quick. So I'll show you, right? Like, you see how that's kind of like, you're like, oh shit, there's a lot of dubbing, right? So you just start here, yeah, and build it up. Yeah, and come back to the back, and then come through it with the thread. Yeah, like that. It gives you like a counter rib, kind of. Alright, but it gives you a little kind of chunky, because that's where you want the chunk, is in the thorax there. But if you have any chunk in the thin fly, you want it in the thorax here. Oh geez, what's going on this side? Why don't you tell me about that? Oh my gosh, can't work with you people. You're all fired. Alright. Alright, so okay. And make sure we go down, not up, right? I like to do about that much, but I always like to leave a little space under there, because we're going to put that CDC, right? So swing this forward, right? And I grab it with these two fingers, right? And then come around with my thread and lock it in, right? Now I've got it. Now I can secure it, right? You come back in. Clip that off like that, right? CDC, I got it in. You don't need a magic tool. You don't need any of that Petitjean stuff, right? I have a piece of foam that I got from the inside of something else that I bought. and it's, you just take the feathers and just put them, you know what I mean, just put it in there like that, and all the barbels will stand up, and then you just come in with your bulldog clip that costs 99 cents and grab it, right, and then cut the stem. So I mean, you can get one if you want, but just know that you definitely don't need that. Split the thread here, and a little wax. Put that CDC in there. Spin it again. Pardon my state of my fingers, I'm sorry. It comes and goes. So should be all right. Come up now. Another move. Turn it towards myself here. Now, reach forward, grab everything, right? And now you can come in and lay your thread right there at that base, and you're sweeping back that material, right? Like all the material. Now I've got the dubbing loop too. Like, look, boom. See? Here, I'll try to do it like kind of here. Let me maybe if I stand up, I can do it like this. Here, look. Normally this would be right towards, do it towards yourself, right? But look, you can just lay everything in right like that. And now come down to the bottom, right? I swoop everything back up. Now I get to back where that dubbing, so I can put a little bit more dub in there. Yeah. A little Velcro here, just very lightly, just to loosen any trapped stuff. Now, I just grab this, and generally, when those, so what I do is I just start at the bottom and just pull up, and then when the feathers, like the hackle starts popping out like that, yeah, that's right about the time I think it's okay to chop it. Yeah. So let's put a little more dubbing on the bottom, and then we'll just finish this way. I'm sorry this is taking too long. Normally it takes me about 4 minutes to tie one of these by myself if I'm not explaining it. But drop everything back up, pull everything back up. Now go to the back and kind of build up that head like that, and now come back through, same technique as before, right? Now boom, like that. Right. Now we can whip finish. Bam. Little head zoom in. Excess. Now a little, make sure that our eye is clean. Now check the bottom, make sure we're all good. Yeah, pretty good. I think pretty good. And yeah, there you go. 20-inch trap right there. My suggestion to you would be to just put floating on the wing. That's it. Just on the synthetic here, and let everything else hang out in the film. The CDC is perfect for just that built-in movement, right? Because it doesn't take anything to get that CDC to start wiggling, right? So I think that when a fish comes close to it and sees that little bit of movement, to me that signals like, boom. Could be crazy. I don't know. But there's she from the bottom. That's the money shot right there. The bird's eye view, the fish eye view. But yeah. And I did use white CDC in this one. Normally I use like the natural. But I thought it would show up a little bit better contrasted in the fly so y'all could see. So, yeah. And that's it. Thanks for watching.